Hello, farmers, and welcome back to Western Australia, where we are in the middle of winter. And at the end of the last episode, we found a field that's on a very good price right now, and we're going to go ahead and purchase it. I was thinking about doing cows, but the more I see the comments, most people are saying no cows. So I was doing it just to get the manure from them, and also so we can expand the pasture so the sheep and the cows can be roaming around in the same area. But most people said don't bother with the cows. I do realize, because I said I want the manure for the compost, that we could use straw as that as well. So we can just go ahead and do that, because we're going to have plenty of straw. The one thing I don't know is, I know I put loose straw in here. I wonder if it'll just take a bale and it'll go in there. But we can find that out later. I don't need to do anything with the compost today. I also noticed when I logged in, I probably missed it last episode, but our little chicks and ducks have all grown up. So in a couple more months, I think they will start to reproduce. We'll have to keep an eye on that. But let's get to the juicy part of the episode, right? So if we go in here, in case you missed it, farmland, field number, well, when you're looking at it, it's field number 9, but when we log in, it's lot number 11. Confusing? Yeah, it says field number 9 right there. Expected yield potential is 107%. And if we look down here, because we are running the dynamic field prices, right now it's at a discount for 38.3%, which means we can buy it for 720,000 buckaroos. So in order to do that, I need a loan. And I think I'm going to take out 800,000 because why not? I know current loans 800,000. We did pay off 2 other loans. Those will be gone next month. But let's go ahead and take out a loan for... Wait, how long did I take the other one out for? Did I take it out for 5 years? Looks like I took it out for 5 years. Be my guess. Anyways, take out loan. What's the interest? 3.5. Okay, that's not bad at all. So and then another 3 zeros right there. Make sure it's 800,000, not 8 million. And we'll do it for 5 years. And monthly payment is another 14,000. We'll just say 15,000. I need it, so take the loan. So now our monthly payment is going to be close to, let's see here, 15,000, and so somewhere around 23,000 per month. We can exclude the other ones, as I said. That's not too bad. Yeah, it looks like I took out the other one for longer than that. Oh, I took that one out for 10 years, period months, 120 months. I was looking at the time remaining, and I was trying to think, how long have I had that loan? If I looked over here, I would have realized I took that one out for 10 years. But either way, that is fine. So now we got the money, so let's go in before something weird happens over here. Farmland. Yep, we want to buy that. Thank you very much. That is now ours. That does leave us with 126,000. I need that money, one, to keep, we got to make the loan payments at midnight. And also... we're going to be spending some money on lime, fertilizer, and so on and so forth. Let's go ahead and we'll grab the John Deere. And we're going to head on down there. We already got the spreader on the back. We'll grab the soil sampler, and we'll fill this up with lime. Yes, right now it's got fertilizer into it. Actually, before I go down there, let's skip over and grab a straw bale. And I'm just curious, will the compost bin take a straw bale, or does it have to be loose? Because if it'll take a full straw bale, then getting straw in there in the future for compost will be easier. If it wants it loose, we do have a forage wagon, but that forage wagon is a little bit on the small side. Where did I put it? Oh, it's over there. It's a little bit on the small side. I don't want to be taking too many trips back and forth to our fields to the compost. Let's see if it takes. I don't think doesn't look like it's going to. And no, it's got to be loose. I could get a bale shredder and do it that way. That'd be easier than getting a huge forage wagon, right? Yeah, let's have a look at the sale items, and nothing in there that we need. But a bale shredder might actually be cheaper than getting a bigger forage wagon. It's going to be on animals. And 29,000. Well, that's a mixer. Sorry, I want a bale shredder. All right, so we got one for 37. That only does straw, and that'd be fine. 37, that one's 36. Is there any difference other than the price? I mean, this one would be more convenient. I have used this one, I think it was on Hinterland that we used it. So we could just buy that instead of buying, if I were to get, like I said, a forage wagon, a decent forage wagon. So the one that we have is this one right here, right? Yeah, this is the one we have. That costs $30,000 brand new. So a bale shredder would be easier. It'd be easier just to make bales, bring the bales back, and I just need one bale really, because our bales are supersized. If I wanted a good forage wagon, we're talking $70,000, $100,000 for it. So that'd be the route I would go at this point. So the bales, straw bales, I really don't need if we're not going to do cows. But I should keep one around, or maybe a couple around for compost. Alright, let me get back on track here. Let me lift up the... You know what? We're going to go ahead and leave the front end loader here. Okay, let's grab the soil sampler. Closer, I guess. Oh, there it goes. I'm like, why is it not showing the hook up? Hook me on up. And yeah, we'll put these pallets over here. We're piling up our fertilizer and seed pallets. But we're going to need some lime. And another one. There we go. Actually, I think I got some lime. Yes, we do. I got some lime over here. Try to squeeze between these little rocks here. Takes a little longer to fill up with the pallets. So while this is going on, I did go on the Mod Hub and I was looking at forage wagons, or forage harvesters, sorry. We were just looking at forage wagons. And I found this 9500, or we'll just call it the 9000i series. We got two models. And you can see one is for 320, another one's for 530. I'm not seeing that big of a difference other than this can have a little bit more horsepower. It's a little bit more beefier. This is all we really need. 765 horsepower is all we really need. If I want to bump up the engine just a little bit, it would cost $30,000, but that's only going to get us up to $350,000. That's pretty cheap. I mean, I would do a couple things. I'll probably go with wider tires. I could put some reflectors, silage additive tank. I would put that on there just in case I were to do grass mowing with this in the future or something like that. But yeah, something like that forage harvester there. And again, I know people keep saying you can hook up the trailer to the back of the forage harvester and swap and do things like that. I just find it easier to hire a worker to run the forage harvester, and I run alongside with a trailer to detach a trailer and then stop the worker, get the worker back in place because you got to get them out of the way. Yeah, it's just I find it easier that way. Nothing wrong with either way. It's just a matter of how you prefer to do things. Yeah, let's go top this off because it's lime after all. We know we're going to use it. So someone also was talking about after getting field number 9, maybe what we should do is put some grass in and harvest grass and then replant a crop in. The thing is, we are approaching spring in a couple of months. If I plant grass, the grass is not going to be ready until late spring, early summer. Getting a crop in there to harvest this year is not going to happen if I do that. So yeah, if I were, if I were to plant grass and cut it, by the time I go to put a crop in, it won't be able to until late summer, early fall. Then that crop won't be ready until the following season. So at that point, yeah, I would keep it all grass. Another reason I don't want to do it is because we already got a big grass field, and that takes a while to do already. So, I mean, yeah, if we're in it just to do it for money, then I would do every field with grass and make a whole bunch of silage and wait until the peak time, which is right now, and sell all that silage and bring in all the money. But since I'm making videos and we got to make it kind of interesting, we got to diversify. So I also said let's put oats in both fields, because one field that we did see, the wheat field that we had last year, well, crop rotation said oats are the best crop to put in for a 110% yield on the field if we did it that way. Well, I don't really want to put oats in both fields. So I was having a look at the crop rotation, and I think in the other field we'll put soybeans, because that will give us a yield of 105%. And looks like we're going to put in the oats in this field. So we're not going to be actually planting until October, because that's when I can plant both crops at the same time. And that way, when I release the drill for the day, we can get both fields done. One of oats, one of soybeans. So this field here will be the oat field. And field number 6 it is. We'll put soybeans in there. Now let's grab our soil samples. I don't think the sampler's wide enough to get the entire field on both ways without doing a whole bunch of multiplying, so we'll do the best we can here. I'm just looking at the map, not looking at the tractor and exactly where I'm driving, just driving by the map. So as for like the crop rotation in this field, now that we bought it, it's going to say follow and follow. Yeah, I don't know why crop rotation does that. Seems like when you buy a field, it just ignores whatever crops were in that the NPCs did, and it just says follow and follow. So no matter what crop I put in here for the first crop, it's going to yield really, it's going to be 115%. So that's why I'm putting the oats over here and the soybeans in the other one. Also, this one probably has too much fertilizer in it, and soybeans don't require fertilizer at all. Oh, I haven't sent in the soil samples yet, so I'm not going to be able to see the fertilizer status. Glad I bought the soil sampler with a huge radius. I can't remember what one we bought. It's a modded one. It's a modded set, and you can get them to cover a whole bunch of different ranges. And might as well come over here and try to, well, not only get this part of the field, but maybe I should just go right across the road. I'm not going to look for traffic because I'm lazy. And of course, just because I don't, that's when a car comes along. So we'll get part of this field over here also. So I think field number 9 is now our biggest field. So what I would like to do this year with the money, other than pay back some of the loans as we go along, is I would like a silo by the time harvest season comes. I think I could borrow enough money from the bank right now for our silo. I think I showed the silo maybe a dozen episodes ago. We could get the cheapest of the silos in that mod pack, which costs $300,000, but it's old and rusty. But I think Hudson said he wants everything kind of new on the farm if he could. So we'll spend the extra $100,000 and get the brand new silo pack. And that should hold, like, I think it's 1.5 million liters, which is way more than what we'll ever need. Let me drop that off so I can send in the soil samples. Yes. Let's get rid of the mini-mat. And let me put that away before I accidentally take a soil sample. And now we just gotta wait for the samples to come in, and then we can start spreading lime on this field. I already checked before I started recording. We don't need to plow the field at all. It's all set and ready to go. It's just going to need lime, which I do expect it to need. as we wait. Anything else that we need to go over? No, I think we're all set. So, yeah, we just got to wait for these soil samples to come on in. We're going to spread this field with lime. Our grass field needs lime as well. There we go. Yeah, so nitrogen, it says perfect. It's 145. So this is why I want to put the oats in this field and not the soybean, because the fertilizer level is probably just a tad under of what the oats require. So if I were to put soybeans in here, it'd be way over what soybeans need, and that would hurt the yield overall. All right. So you can see in the upper left-hand corner with precision farming, the current level of the pH and the target that we need to get to. About every 2 harvests, I would say, with precision farming, if you want to keep the yield up really, really well, every 2 harvests is good. I know in the base game it's every 3 harvests. Put some lime down in our neighboring field. I think this field also, though, and I may have an issue with it, is if I were to use quartz play in this field, I think this field and the field to our left are kind of not marked correctly for the map, and quartz play kind of mixes them up a little bit, so could be an issue, but I could create my own field. I haven't done that since I was testing things out with the Hills of Tuscany before that series started, and that's been a while. So about 4 months ago, I learned how on quartz play to create your own field. Not plow and create your own field, but with quartz play, yeah, you can set your own field size, and then quartz play will know the boundaries of it. Yeah, so this year, getting back, the silo is what we need to kind of purchase. That's 400,000, and whew, yeah, I would like to buy the header also for the combine. That's going to be like 200 grand, so that's 600,000. Along with repaying back some of the loans, that's going to be kind of questionable. But by the time we get to harvest season, which is going to be like February, I think it is February. Starting to get the months in my head of when harvest time is going to be. December and January will be time to sell the sugar and the cane sugar. So we get a whole bunch of money from that, which would be good. And that should be able to afford us the header alone from selling that, and maybe most of the silo. And in the meantime, we'll be doing some other things. Alright, so I am just about out of lime already. So it's either go back to the farm or go down to the store and refill this. And I think the store is going to be closer. And we are out. Not even a headland done. Getting kind of worn down on the John Deere. Maybe while I'm down here, I'll repair it. I could repair it back at the farm, but I don't get no discount either way. So maybe we'll repair everything that's on here, get it up and running. We got the money, kind of. May look good that we have 120,000 in the bank account, but we got over $1 million in loans. But if you've been on this channel long enough, you know $1 million loan on my farms, that's nothing. We can manage it, although it is the first time I'm doing it with the enhanced loan system. Alright, get around the car. Let's go on in. Spend our money. Yep, we got all of our wool down here. That's slowly going into our spinnery. The wool that we're going to get back at the farm, I'm going to start to stop piling that around there, and I'm probably just sell it straight up. Because we got plenty of wool down here already. And then lime, start up, please. 10,000 liters. And I gotta remember where the work zone is in the trigger. There it is. All right, repair the soil sampler for 15. Yep, we'll get that done. The spreader for 465, and then the John Deere for 2350. All right, we'll turn the zone markers back off. Everything's looking good. Getting a little bit low on the fuel, but we'll fuel back up at the farm when I get back there at some point. So we actually got a few months. Sorry, white car. Actually, you stopped, so I probably should have went. We got a few months before we get into planting. And this isn't my field. Got to go up a little bit further. I was looking like, where did I finish? I saw all the white over there. I thought that was where I was. Yeah, so October is when we'll plant. So we got August and September to get through. Let me just double check on that. I want at least a planter and get the oats and soybeans in the same month. And that is going to be oats in October and soybeans. I could do sorghum if I'm going to wait that long. I wonder what sorghum looks like over here for crop rotation. Oh, wait, I don't need to go over there. I can just do it right here. Canola wheat, there's the oats. Where's sorghum? Ooh, that's not... I mean, that's not bad. But it's not like soybean at 105 or the oats at 110. There's nothing that's at 115 for this cycle. So, yeah, we'll probably stick with soybean. Stick with soybean over there. And that's why I want to have the silo, because now we're going to have 3 fields. And I would like to store the grain for a couple reasons. One, we got chickens to feed. Chickens and ducks. We're going to have more than enough. But then to be able to sell the grain at the right time and get the max price for it will be a lot better. But I could also be in a situation where I really need the money as well. So we'll have to wait and see how it goes. Anyways, this will take me a little while to get done. So how about I turn on the radio? And yeah, we'll just start making some laps. Depending on where I am when I run out of lime, I may either go down to the store or back to the farm. I guess all depends on my mood at the time. But I will see you hopefully just in about a minute and a half or two. Hopefully it doesn't take that long in the time lapse. But yeah, I'll just see you when we get near the end, and then head back to the farm.
Shaking every time.
almost just about done here. Got this little piece here and another strip down the field, but I can reduce the working width. That's for sure. A couple of thoughts crossed my mind when doing this. I was thinking, boy, I should really get the Breedle spreader. That will hold, I think, twice as much lime, so that reduced the amount of trips I gotta make back and forth. But then I got to thinking, well, the working width isn't as wide as this, so it'll take longer to go around the field to get the field spread. But yeah, it will reduce the amount of trips I gotta make back to the store to buy lime. It's just, I guess, a matter of, you know, choose your weapon, I guess. Would you rather, you know, have a wider working width and get the field done quicker and make more trips back to the store to get some more lime, or, you know, however you want to do it? Kind of hoping when I get down to this other end here, you can see the strip gets kind of narrow. With precision farming, if it gets too narrow, it won't recognize it and it won't put the lime down. I could turn off the automatic application, but then it may over lime the field in that area. And I realize I'm getting low on fuel. I went to fuel up down at the store, but I gotta buy the petrol / fuel for the tank in order for me to fill up from it. So I'm just gonna go back to the farm and fill up there. I'm hoping that I got enough fuel to get back. I should have. If not, I'll put some in. I'll cheat some fuel in just enough to get us back. Then I'll empty out the tank and refill if that happens. Come on, yeah, this is the narrowest that we can go. The good news is, though, it's taking the lime. I'll probably get the grass field spread with lime in between episodes because we've done enough of it here. And you're probably not going to see me do the entire job of spreading lime in this field because it took a while. It took about a half an hour in real time to get that this entire field spread. But there we go. Field number 9 has lime put in, so pH value is great. And when October comes, we'll be throwing down some oats in here. Maybe adding a little bit of fertilizer as we go along. And then the field across the way, that'll be soybeans, as I said. But what I was thinking, since I'm not going to be doing anything with the straw, should I sell it? Because now is a good best time, I believe, to sell the straw, or last month was. I do have about $68,000 worth of straw. So we'll bring it down to the animal dealer and sell it now. Of course, we will keep... we'll just keep a bale. Because that'll be like 60,000 liters I could, you know, chop up and put into the compost pile. I do need to make some compost for the upcoming season. All the orchards, 3 of them are full. And 1 of them is like 3/4 full. And I did fill up the fruit and vegetable greenhouses. But that was like a couple months ago. And the greenhouses are always active. Yeah, so buying fields for now. I think we're all set in buying fields for a while. And this is why we're going with the big equipment when we can. Because these fields are huge. I do want to end up buying this field to our left before we leave here in Western Australia. And that may, you know, I don't... I've been saying a lot on Hills of Tuscany. No more fields and buying more fields. So, right now we got 1, 2, 3, 4 fields. We got 4 fields. So, buying this one to our left would be the 5th. I'm not saying that's the next one on the list, but more than likely... I think with the fields we got, we'll make good money off of them. And we need to start thinking of getting bigger tractors, bigger equipment, so on and so forth on the farm. But this year, like I said, we've got to focus on getting money for the silo, for the grain. Got to focus on getting the money for the header, for the combine. We got the trailer. The forage harvester, not in a big rush for that. We can keep on leasing that every year until we finally get it. And yep, I made it back to the farm to get the fuel into the John Deere. So while that's filling up, I think I'm stepping on the fuel tanker. Okay, I think last time I used a Massey Ferguson. This time I'll grab the case. But I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to use a John Deere and the front loader to get the bales out of the shed. And then slowly load them in. Okay, that will work there. Let me just spin around here. We'll open up the spreader. Yeah, just because it's been a while since I had the Bredal spreader. Here we go. 78,000. If I went with spreading disc, the working width is now 18 compared to 42. Yeah, I think I'd rather have the wider working width than more capacity right now. But I shouldn't have to worry about that field for a couple of years anyways. Alright, soil sampler dropped off. And like I said, we're going to leave at least one bale in the shed for emergency compost use only. Helps if I lift up the bale instead of just pulling the pallet fork back out. This should take it right off the forks, I think. Alright, it'll work like that. That's fine. So this will take me a moment. So let me go ahead and we'll fill this up as much as we can. And I will see you in just in a second. Well, I got to thinking I should keep 3 bales because I need it for also the tableware production. So I don't want to run out of that because that is bringing in some good money. Although it's not going through the straw that much over there, so yeah, we'll leave 3 bales here. We'll get a whole lot of bales this upcoming season. Alright, we'll just park this in right here. Still got a good amount of bales here. Alright, let's go bring in some cash. I'm not going to pay anything towards the loans, even though, like I said, I got a little bit of extra cash left over. The loan payments are going to be kind of expensive for a couple of months. Well, for actually quite a few months. Until we can start repaying back the loan a little bit. But that won't happen, like I said, until at least for another 6 months, actually. We can sell our pears next month, which is going to bring a little bit of cash. The tableware just had the peak time. Yeah, we got to wait until December/January for the sugar cane, all that big item stuff. So, yeah, hopefully we can get on through for the next 6 months with the money that we'll have, the money that we'll bring in, and we can slowly pay off these loans every month. But this will bring in probably $55,000 worth of straw right here, so that's not too bad. Now that I thought of it, just coming on down here, the fabric should be good in a couple of months, actually. Oh, where am I going? Sell point is right behind us. $50,000 worth of straw coming up. And And we're waiting. All right, so 55,000 plus about 4,500 in bonus. So that's like pretty close to 60,000. So that's pretty darn good. I'll definitely take that every time I bring straw down if I could. Yeah, so how are we doing on the fabric? That'll be November. Currently, we got about $52,000 worth of fabric. So by the time November gets here, that'll be a pretty penny. But that, again, won't be until November. Everything's going to be... We got a lot of things here in August. I could sell, like, all the vegetable stuff. Put that in direct sell. But, yeah, the cane juice. That's December. And sugar... Where's the sugar? There's the sugar. That's January. Yeah. That's going to pile up as we go along. But we'll just have to take it month by month currently. And see where we are as we pass each day. But today was a big day. Got ourselves a huge lot of land. We got it soil sampled, and yeah, it took me a half hour to spread lime in that field, but not many other options for implements that we could use that make it a lot better. I think what we have is currently our best option. But we'll get the grass field. That needs some lime put into it. And then, let's see, it's going to be September before we got any more field work to do. And that'll be cutting the grass and either making hay or silage, of course. And then we can skip on over to October to where we'll be back in the field to our left and the field to our right, planting in soybeans and oats. But anyways, if you made this far in the video and you like what you saw, don't forget to hit that like button. Helps out the channel and the video more than you know. Also lets me know that you're enjoying what you are seeing. And while you're down there, if you haven't subscribed yet, might want to think about hitting that button as well. But that is where we are going to wrap it up for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in Western Australia. But until then, have a good one.